July 2nd, 1943, the Tuskegee Airmen shoots down an enemy aircraft. 6 months later, outnumbered and undergunned, the airmen shoot down 14 German aircraft.
This is the old hangar where the planes were repaired during the experiment. Although it's vacant, its brick walls contain a deep and rich history. The Tuskegee Airmen broke quite a few records during World War II. One that they're extremely proud of is that out of 200 missions, they never lost a bomber they escorted.
To be a good escort, you had to stay with your bombers. And you couldn't, at every opportunity, leave that bomber formation because you would see German fighters off in the distance.
Because they were black, Lieutenant Colonel Herbert Carter and the rest of the Tuskegee Airmen weren't allowed to fight side by side with the white pilots. Instead, they were given the task of escorting bomber planes. Initially, they were ridiculed by the Nazis and shunned by their fellow American white pilots. Insulted, the black pilots took a bold step.
Most units were camouflaging or using some type of subdued coloring to be sure that we were recognized, and the bomber pilots and the German pilots would know when the 332nd was airborne. The best way to identify yourselves was to find the reddest paint that they could find there in Italy. And they painted the tails of all 52 of those P-51s red. And that's how we became known as the Red Tails.
This Hampton man knows all about the Red Tails. Lieutenant Colonel Jim Dawley served as a lead navigator on the slow bomber planes.
We were always happy to see the Red Tails up there. The Red Tails they didn't fool around. They stayed close to the formations. And of course, if there was something out there, they went after them. But they didn't go looking around, like some of the outfits did.
You see, many American pilots were out for glory, and the Nazis knew that. So the Germans would lure many escort pilots away from formation, leaving the bombers unprotected.
In World War II, to become an ace, you had to have shot down at least 5 German aircraft. And quite a few of the groups and pilots there, their sole desire and determination was to become an ace and not to do the mission for which they had been assigned, which was bomber escort and protection.
Later, the white bomber pilots gave the Tuskegee Airmen a new nickname. They called them the Red Tail Angels because the white pilots learned the Tuskegee Airmen were committed to protect them. Jonathan Costin, 13 News, Tuskegee, Alabama.